Hey folks, I'm Pearland, the founder of the Natural Health Clinic. Today we're going to be talking about the top 7 risk factors to your health. And no, we're not going to be talking about things like higher cholesterol, high blood pressure, etc. We're going to talk about the real risk factors for your health as shown by science. Stay tuned. So first up, this risk factor is equivalent to smoking not 5, not 7, not even 10, but 15 cigarettes a day. What is that risk factor? Well, it is loneliness. Yes, loneliness is a major issue for people and for our health. It causes inflammation. It makes you more vulnerable to cancer, and it is shown to affect many different systems of the body. The next risk factor is lack of sleep. In fact, if you get less than 5 hours of sleep a night, that will increase your chance for an early death by upwards of 30%. It increases your diabetes risk, and it increases the potential for weight gain as well. The third risk factor you've heard a lot about from me for 22 years now, and that is sugar. And it's any type of sugar, refined sugars, synthetic, man-made sugars like high fructose corn syrup, and natural sugars as well. So refined sugars dramatically impact your percentage of chance of acquiring a fatty liver. Of course, obesity, Alzheimer's is dramatically increased as far as the risk. Accelerated aging. In fact, eating sugar is one of the worst things that you can possibly do to maintain a youthful appearance, as it breaks down the collagen in your skin and makes you look like you're rapidly aging, because in fact you are. It's not a good thing at all. So what do you think the fourth risk factor could be? Any ideas? Well, it's none other than industrial seed oils. And those, as you probably have heard by now, are very inflammatory to the body. They create a carcinogenic effect or risk. Now, these oils are vulnerable to oxygen and to heat and to light. Well, if you think about our body, blood carries oxygen around, and we're definitely not at room temperature unless we have a serious problem. We're at 98.7 degrees or thereabout. So how on earth can these types of oils not be a problem? Well, indeed they are, and they are quite a problem indeed. The next risk factor is visceral fat. Now, if you look down and you can see your belly poking out, well, that indicates that you have not only visceral fat, but also a fatty liver. So what visceral fat is specifically is fat around the organs. Visceral fat is a very good marker for health issues to come. Now the problem is that visceral fat nowadays is not only as you age. 4-year-old children are being found to have visceral fat. Again, that's this fat around the organs. So it is a problem now throughout the entire spectrum of humanity, and not in a small degree. The reason for it are the sugars, the seed oils, and the things that I mentioned previously. The next risk factor is constant snacking. Now, this doesn't even mean that you're snacking on bad things. In fact, just for the sake of argument, let's assume that you're snacking on good foods. You see, the problem is that chronic eating shuts down cellular detoxification. It does not allow your cells to eliminate waste products. It affects cellular metabolic function, the mitochondrial function, and it dramatically impacts your health overall. One of the things it does is just like eating sugar, it can age you very, very rapidly and cause organ system breakdown, of which you probably don't want either one. Now, there's also some common nutrient deficiencies. A few of these you have probably heard of, and the first one being magnesium. So, you can get magnesium through leafy greens. Of course, getting it through your diet is the very best way. If you need to supplement it, you can. Magnesium glycinate is a good form of magnesium to supplement. The next nutrient is vitamin D3. The very best way of getting it, of course, I'm sure shocking to you, is to go outside into the sunlight. That's the very best way for your body to get the benefit of vitamin D. Choline, you may not be as familiar with this particular nutrient, but it is a nutrient that is deficient in a huge percentage of people. Choline is a B vitamin. It impacts gallbladder function. In fact, it could very well be a reason that people have so many gallbladder removal surgeries, because without choline, you'll tend to have congested, stagnant bile, constipation, etc. And then lastly, another major deficiency is in vitamin B1. Again, this particular vitamin deficiency greatly impacts cellular metabolism, cellular detoxification, cellular function in general. So I hope that you found these 7 risk factors of your health informative. If you have, I would appreciate, it'd be a favor to me if you would like, subscribe, share, comment on this particular video, and that's a very good way that others can see this information. Now, if you are one of those individuals who is struggling to find the underlying causes of their health concerns, maybe you've gone to doctor after doctor and that has been unhelpful, besides getting a longer list of medications or surgeries. Maybe you've gone to other natural health practitioners and you just get larger bags of supplementation, but no real answers. That's what we do every day. We utilize tools of nutrition response testing in different labs to identify what is really underneath all of the different things that you may be experiencing, and finally get to the core of it and create personalized plans just for you, just for your circumstances, just for your physiology, and that takes you by the hand and walks you step by step towards your health goals. If that is something that you're interested in, then you can click on the link below to book an initial consultation, or you can call our office at the number below as well in order to make that initial consultation appointment. So once again, thanks for watching. I'm Labrin Allen, the owner of the Natural Health Clinic.